Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2,839 of What Shift to Now. This is a place I take a sip of my giant cup of coffee and say, actually, it's tea today. My coffee maker broke. How many people have a Keurig and they break down like every year automatically, no matter what? I love Keurigs. I love the convenience, but I hate how they've changed them to break down all the time. Topic for another day. Today, No Nonsense November, day 6, we're talking about boundaries. Do you have boundaries in every area and aspect of your life? Have you set them and have you communicated them? I find that I have them in my head, but I don't always communicate them in my personal life. In my professional life, we share expectations right up front whenever a new person joins one of our organizations. We sit down one-on-one and have an expectation sharing. I share my expectations. I get their expectations of me. Because guess what? My job in my organization is to help out and facilitate in any way I possibly can to help grow and build and supersize my business. So one of the things I'm doing this month as part of No Nonsense November is I'm pulling a card from a card deck. I love these card decks every day. And I already started to do an online version of that from Victoria Gallagher's Believe app as well, which is really fun. I just pull a card and I share it usually at night before I go to bed. I pull it in the morning, take a picture of it, look at it, read it, and think about it during the day, and then listen to, she recommends 3 different either hypnosis or meditation tracks to go with each one, which I flip and love because I'm definitely the #1 fan of the Believe app. And I love doing that, but I also like pulling my physical decks and looking in to me, these are like a card deck because you could fit it in your purse or briefcase and take it with you. Whenever you need to pick me up, I would you can see my dog-eared pages and my definitely dog-eared pages and Post-it notes that go along with something that spoke to me about that. So today's and both card and Wayne Dyer page that I randomly turned to are about control. And I think that that's a very keen topic, which we'll talk about in one of the days for No Nonsense November, but it wasn't today's topic. But obviously it's a topic that I think has to do with boundaries and setting boundaries. And that's probably why it came up for me. I find that whatever card I pull, sometime during the day, I figure out what it meant for me. And maybe the one that did that the least so far in the challenge has been the one about the baby, the card about the baby, of that we're born manifesting, or we're born vibrating and putting out energy to get what we want and create the life that we want, which is I guess it did give me more patience with my granddaughters who are 2 and 4 and very high energy. So what do these say? I'm going to actually read them. It says either you have control. Got my magnifying glass. Either you have control or you don't. If you do, take control. If you don't waste any time or energy worrying about it. Yes, Dr. Dyer, very wise. And then I'll just read the front of the card that I pulled, and it is, I have complete control over my own thoughts. And I haven't read the back yet because it's super teeny tiny, and so I'll read that with my magnifying help. Or I will go to my Be My Eyes app and have somebody read it to me. But I don't do that very often. I like to save it for super urgent emergency things. All right. So we're talking about that. And then those are some of the things I'm doing as part of No Nonsense November, in addition to the daily challenge. So today our challenge was, okay, think about the boundaries you have for Supersize Your Business in your business. Think about the boundaries you've set in your personal life, relationships, service. We can do it with each and every one of the different life framework areas: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication. Have we and do we set boundaries in each of those different areas? And I will say, I think about them, but I don't actually set them. And if I don't set them and communicate them, then it's not like they don't exist, right? Because they only exist in my own head. And that's not the right place for everything to exist if we want it to show up in our life. So I will look at that today and I'll say, okay, what's the #1 area I need to set a boundary in? I think personally it's with my time and energy on social media. Sorry, I'm looking at something out of the ordinary. Working on my school community. We've got under 30 members, 29 members, which I'm super excited about. Amazing people. And they're the founding members. I'd like to add another 20 for sure founding members so that we can get more synergy and more energy in the group and decide together what direction we want to go with it. My whole life, I've just created things and put them out there. And I've had groups and pages, in the tens of thousands, but almost no communication and interaction, right? And so that's not what I want to create. That's why I'm excited about Skool, is because it is a place where we can create real community. I'm in a couple communities that are just exploding, and it's so fun to be a part of them. I may be spending more time in them than my own community some days. So I want to have that feeling in our community that, oh my God, I have to check in here every day and see what's going on with everybody, because I've gotten to know them and I love them and I care about them so much. I want to know what's going on. So if you would love to be a part of a founding member, it's called Supersize Your Business right now, but it may change a little bit based on the focus, because I have found when you go on the Skool platform, if you say anything about business or money, you automatically put in the money category. So I think last time I checked, and I don't check very often, I was like at 1,500 something out of 3,000 groups or communities. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work for me, because there's a lot of discoverability on Skool, people coming from other communities or people that are on the platform for other reasons. I think it's growing by like 1 million people a day on the platform every week and a half or so, which is insane. But that's how social media blows up. And this is filling a void in the world, in my opinion, that hasn't been filled before. And so I'm excited about that. And I've been on several other different platforms through different courses and programs that gurus offer. And I was even on Skool about a year ago with Josh Forty's program. And so I'm kind of laughing that I didn't know anything about it. And I think the platform's probably changed a lot in a year and become much more engaging and easy to manage and deal with and build on. And so I'm actually migrating everything that I'm doing into a central hub, because that's why my email's easy hubs. I always wanted an easy hub, one place to have everything together so it could all operate together. So I'm loving getting rid of all the different moving pieces that have been involved in the different businesses I've had over the decades. And I was on a mastermind call the other day. This is funny. I'm off tangent today. I got to get my focus back. He said, when you're talking about your decades of experience, you can say, I've been around from disco to crypto. Made me laugh. All right. If I can help you in any way, you absolutely know what to do. You just ask. All you have to do is ask. And I always say, if I don't have the answer, and I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know what you should do in that case, but let me hook you up with this person, this expert, this resource that can help you with the exact thing you're challenged with right now. Just ask. All right. Have an amazing day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.